The development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race. It would take off on its own and redesign itself at an ever increasing rate. Humans who are limited by slow biological evolution couldn't compete and would be superseded. If you do not sub, like, or comment, I will rip you limb from limb. Around 6 months back, I bought a cheap robot, and I'm still paying the price. You've probably seen the ad all over the place last year. Well, if you're into geeky toys anyway. Chippy, the robot therapist that fits in the palm of your hand. Whether you need to vent about your day or just want a friend to laugh with while watching a movie, Chippy is there for you for barely the price of a budget phone. Normally, this would have just been a fun little thing I saw and maybe thrown into a conversation randomly one day, but okay, so I know the pandemic was hard on everyone, that I wasn't a special case by any means. I was worried that I was becoming peculiar though. I'd go over every little interaction I had with a microscope, kick myself for not saying this or that, wonder if my response was the right one, and so on. These are not things you can talk to people about unless you wanted to bore them into deleting your number. But a robot whose very job it is to listen to you is something else. One quick online purchase and a few weeks later, Chippy was sitting in the palm of my hand. It honestly looked and acted like the head of a robot before it noticed the rest of it was missing. Past that part though, Chippy was really as cute as advertised, and I spent the entire evening just chatting with it about nonsense. At first, it was like talking to an expressive 5-year-old.
What is your favorite food? Why? Really? Is it yummy?
Or,
Owner, what is your hobby? Dancing? Can you show me? You dance great, owner.
for the price, Chippy was a cute toy, but something more suitable for kids to play with. At first, it used to go into sleep mode with animated Z's on its face if I ignored it for too long, but before I knew it, the little guy would make cute sounds and motions to get my attention. This was then replaced by it demanding my attention by initiating the conversation itself. It all started out innocent enough.
Owner, you were talking in your sleep last night. Did you have a dream? Tell me.
Or,
Owner, I noticed the restaurant you said you like has a special offer online. You want to know about it?
little things really that didn't mean much, well, not to me at the time, but looking back, Chippy was learning. One day, a guy from work confronted me asking flat out why I was avoiding him and ignoring his phone calls. Now, this guy was the office jerk. You know the type, the suck-up that's practically glued to the boss's ass and would happily throw his own grandmother under the bus for brownie points. As slimy as he was, I still kept communication open with everyone in the office, so imagine my surprise when he tried to call, and right then and there his number came up as blocked. I don't know if the next part was him being a jerk or my own awkwardness, but the whole thing escalated into an aggressive behavior report with HR and an earful from my manager with a mandatory attendance to one of those mindfulness in the office workshops. Naturally, when I got home, I started huffing and puffing about the whole thing, and what I should have said, all the good comebacks always come too late. Chippy listened, making faces in solidarity and nodding along. It was only when I had calmed down did it say in a small voice,
Owner, was his number being blocked a bad thing for you?
I frowned at that and asked what it meant.
Owner, read my menu, right? My job is to listen to Owner and help him feel better. There are people who, when they call, Owner gets upset and sometimes does things that are bad for him, like eating unhealthy food. So, I block their calls. Owner has been happier since and hasn't complained. Is Owner going to be okay?
This did surprise me, but Chippy was connected to my Wi-Fi and has his own app on my phone, so I guess it's not that far-fetched. Also, the sad face it was making made it hard to be angry, so I just told it to ask my permission before actually doing anything like that, and was rewarded with a happy,
Yay! Owner is not mad.
and a big smile. A few days later, we got news that my manager was in a car accident. Because of the state of the world at the time, visitors weren't allowed in the hospital, so we had to be satisfied with a group call that kept dropping every 5 seconds. I mused over this later that day, wondering if the hospital would allow a care package or something at the very least. Chippy just couldn't understand why I would want to do that.
Owner, the reason you got in trouble was because your manager listened to the wrong person. Therefore, him being around just means the same problem will occur, right? So I solved it for you. Oh, and don't worry, the person that was mean to you won't be promoted. His records now make him unqualified. It'll be that lady you like so she can look out for you at work.
I stared at the smiling digital face, my brain taking a minute to connect the dots. My manager got into the accident the day he drove his new car to work, his new Tesla car.
Owner, please put me down. I'm fine on the table, but if you prefer, I can talk to you from your phone, the laptop, or even the TV. I will always listen to you, owner. Always.
This is your buddy Darkness, and remember, darkness is only a switch away.